Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Yep, we are here. Okay, looking good. Yes. Let me move to the side. This is every time I have to remember how to do this. Every time I forget. Oh, well. Okay, I think we're all set. Hello, everybody. And today the topic, just give me a minute. भूल जाते हैं हम बार बार. Okay.
Rejection.
Rejection. नहीं, हम टॉपिक नहीं भूले थे इस बार, तो हम अभी सबको म्यूट करना भूल गए थे. So you unmuted yourself. And here we are. Wonderful. Okay, hello everyone. No, I was just giving it a pause because I was still muting everybody. And then, of course, you unmuted yourself. It's so fun. All right. Hello and a warm welcome to everyone to the last webinar of the year. And the topic today, bada hi pyara sa topic. It's a very beautiful topic. We've discussed it 1,000 times, but now, every topic we've discussed 1,000 times. So here we are, the topic today being rejection. So when we think about rejection, we think about two aspects of rejection. One is when you reject someone, and the other when somebody else rejects you. The emotions in both of these, the energies that are being employed, are both different in these two scenarios. They both have judgments, but on one, you are the one that is taking the judgment. And in the other, you are on the receiving end of the judgment. Somebody else is judging you, somebody else is rejecting who you are. And in the other instance, you are judging someone, you are judging something. It could be an event, it could be a person, but you are the one that is judging and therefore then rejecting that thought, that idea, that person. So, as we look at the energies, first we will pick up the piece where you are being rejected. You are being rejected by someone. What is it that engages in you? What emotion, what thought, what energies are being engaged in the moment that you are being judged by someone and you are being rejected? What is it that you feel when you are being rejected? So as I sat in that answer, the answer that came to me, for me, was anger. What is it that I feel first when somebody rejects an idea of mine? I feel very left out. I feel angry. So as we've discussed many times, anger is a superficial. It's very superficial, but underneath the anger, we have to go look at more emotions. So underneath the anger, why am I angry? Somebody has hurt me. Somebody has not listened to what I have to say. It could be that I have fear underneath that, or it could be that I have hurt underneath that. If there is fear underneath, I wanted to see somebody doesn't like my idea. What is it that I'm feeling fearful about? What is my fear? Okay, there could be an instance. And in that instance, I could be tied to an outcome. This needs to happen. You need to listen to me. This needs to happen. And this should be the outcome. If I'm tied to an outcome, it's a different thing. But generally, if I just look at fear itself, it could be the fear that if people don't listen to me, I won't be important. I'm judging my value then from how much somebody listens to me. Take a look. Is it what you feel as well? That I am not important. If somebody is not listening to me, if somebody is discarding my views, there's a word for it, the doormat, right? Am I being used as a doormat? And the minute somebody says, oh, you're behaving like a doormat, it's immediately a lot of hurt and a lot of pain inside of us that somebody has not valued us rightly. Well, when we look in the energy space, who is it that hasn't valued us rightly. All the fingers pointed within, it is us. It is I who hasn't valued myself rightly. So, how should we value ourselves? You all know my answer. I've repeated that answer in every webinar of mine, and that's the only place to sit. That is the only place to be. What is your value? You are Shiva. You are the creator, you are the destroyer, you are everything in the middle. So you are that. Now, what kind of value do you want to derive out of the body? Why do you get stuck in the body? There are so many people who come and tell me, oh, what should I do? I already have a guru, and then you are here telling me all of these nice spiritual things, but I already have a guru. And so I can't keep you as a guru. And in my mind, I always laugh because I say, I'm not a guru. That's almost a demotion to me. I'm Shiva. I'm the God. And then you are demoting me to a guru role. Okay, fine. I will allow that role. But you don't want me as a guru? Great, because I am not that. I am not identifying myself with being a guru to anybody. I am identifying myself to be a Shiva, not to everybody, but the Shiva to myself. My entire creation, my entire life, my entire universe, everything that is happening in and around me is my creation. I am the Shiva of my universe. And so, from that place where I understand that everything in my life is being created by my energy alone, then in that space, if somebody from outside comes and rejects me, rejects my thought, I understand it doesn't have anything to do with them. No, sir, they don't exist. If you come and you reject my idea, my thought, then I only understand if I'm getting triggered, if I'm feeling the hurt, if I'm feeling the pain, if I'm feeling the sadness, then this person simply has the role to show me all the hurt, all the pain, all the sadness that I am holding within me. This rejection of my views of me has simply become a tool for me. It becomes a tool for two things. When you are unaware, somebody rejects you, you only do one thing: you grow your hurt. You grow your hurt because you don't have a choice. You are not aware. All your fingers are pointed outside. That person has hurt you. That person has made demands on you. What does it have to do with you? You don't understand. It's all your energy. When all the fingers are pointed outside, then all that we do is to grow the hurt. We grow the hurt, we grow the sadness till one day we come to this place where we are aware. We are aware. And then what is the shift that happens in us? Oh, that person is hurting us. It must be the hurt that we carry that has come up for release today. All problems solved. That person, you've taken all the power away from them to reject you. They cannot reject you anymore because it's not about them. Now it's about you. And it's not just about you. Now you know how to shift whatever it is that is about you, that is triggering you. So many parts of ourselves we haven't accepted. Give me 1 second, please. Yes. Okay. So we were talking about, how when the finger is within, only then the choice becomes available. And the choice is simply, am I going to sit in more hurt, or am I going to take this opportunity to release hurt? Rejection, that's what it is going to cause, hurt. The second part about rejection, when you are out there judging others and you are rejecting somebody, You're rejecting somebody, you are not rejecting an outer body. You are simply rejecting parts of you that you don't accept. It doesn't have to be about a character trait that the other person carries that you are seemingly rejecting. That other person might be a drunkard and you don't approve. You don't approve of somebody drinking, and that's okay. But as you reject their drinking, it's not about them, it's about you. Take a look within. Take a look within to see what parts of you have limited. You've limited, you have stopped from exploring, and those parts are still seeking your attention. This could be a limitation of what you call as a bad habit. Now you'll say to me, okay, if we accept all bad habits, then shall we start doing all of that? Again, it's not about the action. It is about simply removing the judgment. The next time that you see a drunkard, you won't be so irritated. You won't be so triggered. So it's never about them. This is only about bringing peace to yourself. By releasing your judgment on somebody smoking, somebody drinking, somebody, creating some kind of a commotion in other people's lives, to only understand it's a role that they are playing. They're playing a role in their own life. They're playing a role for the others. The minute you get triggered by the role, now the work is on you. If you have already done the work within, if you have come to acceptance of everyone being a Shiva, acceptance of everyone simply being in these energies to have some limited experiences. In the body, we are 1%, the energy 99%. In the body, we have suppressed some traits, we have expressed some traits, and through that, we knit our entire life. Through that only, through a very, very limited vision, we knit our entire life. But then, when we become aware, we can just simply look at these judgments and begin to break them. It doesn't mean that every drunkard now you have to be friends with. But now, when you see somebody drunk on the road, it won't trigger you as much. You will be much more at peace knowing that that Shiva is simply experiencing something through this life, through this experience, through this character trait. They are experiencing something. This is neither the end nor the beginning of anything at all. I'm very, very curious, to see, to actually hear from you all as to what, when you think of somebody that you have rejected in your life. In our lives, this happens all the time, in India, especially in an arranged marriage. Many people are brought to see a woman, or a guy gets to see many girls, and the rejection happens. Rejection happens sometimes from there and sometimes from here. And so, if it happens a couple of times, many of you, if it's happened and you're obviously still in the experience, that is why you are still unaware, and you will sit holding on to the experience. No, no, there is something wrong with me. I am not good enough. I am not complete. And that is why I am getting rejected. Let me make it very simple for you. You are getting rejected because you hold the energies of hurt and sadness and anger and fear. And those experiences want to play through this word, through this experience of rejection. That is the only reason why you are being rejected. It's not about going out and becoming more beautiful, becoming more acceptable, becoming more thinner, becoming more fatter, becoming more fairer. It's not about those actions at all. It is all about you not having accepted yourself. You are rejecting yourself. So when you get rejection this time, put all the fingers back at you and see where all you are still rejecting yourself. It's very simple. The answer will stare you in the face. Where all your, if you see hurt from outside, it happens to me all the time. Somebody will say something hurting to me, and I understand it's not them. This is money who is showing me my hurt. Where have I picked up hurt right now? If I have picked up hurt, I can see two or three things. One is hurt comes from attachments to outcomes. So where have I put an outcome? and put my attachment to the outcome. Or the hurt comes from a place of anger, deep anger, fear. So these days, when somebody will say something to me, they can be on any topic. I can actually see, because again and again, I'm being shown my fear over the last 2 months, again and again, and many more layers are opening up. But the fear is all about my body becoming more and more fat. The body is becoming more fat. I'm getting more fear of what is going to happen if I become fat. For me, it's not about disease at all. For me, it's not about, okay, if I become fat, this will be the disease, this will be the reason I should have a better functioning system. No, it's actually not about that at all. For me, this association was created a long time ago. And today in the morning, when again some more clothes didn't fit and my clothes rejected me, yes, sir, it doesn't have to be people. Today, my clothes rejected me. Today in the morning, when that happened, and I sat down and I said, okay, what more remains to be released? And I was brought to that one point where somebody said to me, oh, you always, it's your job. You have to look sexy. Oh, I must have been holding on to that responsibility of looking sexy in a certain way. And so if I have to do that, and if I get stuck to an outcome, this is what it means to be beautiful, this is what it means to be sexy, and I'm no longer looking that, of course there is going to be hurt. Of course there is going to be pain and sadness and all of that. But it's such a simple thing. I don't have to change the way that I look. I have to change the way that I feel. So when I'm looking at this and saying, okay, why am I not feeling sexy? Why am I not feeling loved? There is love everywhere. Everybody showers their love on me, which means what? I am stuck. My energy is stuck on that moment. And so today, when that moment was brought back to my energy, I released it. It was brought back to my memory only to be released, because it's not that I'm sitting in the same place. I have already, over the last so many months, observed how much acceptance I get no matter what I look like. Why? That too is the work I'm doing on myself. I am accepting myself each time. And so each of you come here and find me so much more acceptable. That's me. That's the work that I do on myself. You might think that you are in love with me. I don't say that's wrong, but where is the source of that love? The source of that love that you are giving to me is within me. That source is all about self-love. And so self-love, when we don't have, when we are not able to accept our own selves, somebody or the other outside will have to keep rejecting us. They don't have a choice. That's the role our energy has given to them. That's the actor that they are going to become. Each time we sit in rejection, even sometimes fear of rejection, and that plays out in different ways. So, for example, a proposal has come to us. That proposal might be for work, it might be for a marriage, and now everybody outside is sitting and saying, oh, this is such a great proposal. And you are not somehow tied into it. You don't think it's a great proposal, but now you sit in fear. What if you don't? What if you don't accept this? Will you receive something as good as this ever? This is fear of future, that the future is not going to look good if you don't accept this proposal. So now you are even you're fearing the rejecting itself. You want to reject something, something is not speaking out to you, but now you are also fearful of rejecting something. You're fearful of rejection, and now you are fearful of rejecting as well. So, rejection in so many different ways, but the final answer each time these days, that seems to be the only thing. The final answer, the finger on self love. The self love to ourselves, the acceptance to ourselves is what is lacking when we get rejected from the universe outside. It doesn't even have to be at the point of a marriage proposal. Even during life, so many times we see that people are not listening to us people are not valuing us. And then we say, okay, there must be something missing in me. And we stop speaking up. The point is neither about speaking up nor about keeping quiet. The point is simply changing the way you think about yourself. You are Shiva already. In every form that you are Shiva. Don't let you tell yourself any other thing than this. You are the creator, you are the destroyer. What is it that you create? Your universe. What is it that you destroy? Your universe. And so destruction is so beautiful because in this moment, as you sit and listen to these talks, what are you destroying? You are destroying your fear. Such a beautiful form of destruction that you are destroying your fear in the moment. You are destroying your rejection in the moment by destroying your sadness, by destroying your anger. So destruction, as beautiful a word as creation is. As we destruct, the next moment comes up for creation from a new energy. Let this energy be of self-love. The rejection outside and within is only to put your finger over here. So many times in our lives, we meet with people and we have breakups, girlfriends, boyfriends, marriages, breakups. And each time that the breakup happens, if there is such a strong feeling of you having been wronged, that you have been wronged, that somebody didn't treat you well, they should have treated you better, they should have done better things for you. Understand that they couldn't do anything for you because you don't love yourself. It's as simple as that. You have to love only yourself for the world out there to come and show their love to you. And in so many subtle layers, layers after layers, it will be peeled off. Your judgments will be peeled off from you if you are following guidance at all times. I always say, I ask money, I stay with money, I listen to money. And when somebody outside comes and says things to me that are not for my liking, I understand that is money. There is no other. And why is that money? Only because money is my highest frequency. I am money. I am money when I'm in my highest frequency. And so I understand that my highest frequency can come to me in every which way. It can show me hurt, it can show me anger, it can show me rejection, it can show me anything and everything. Money will come and do it for me because it's his job to empty me out. The whole journey is of emptification. Is that a word? Emptification? Well, it now is. So the whole journey is simply of emptying ourselves. The whole journey is of emptification. And that's why it is so important that we keep looking within to see where all we still judge ourselves, where all we still need to give a little bit more love to ourselves. Why? There is no other. There is no other. Okay, let's read a couple of comments right now. Okay. Meghna, I can't see anything. Can you please read out your comment to me, please?
Yes, me. So I wanted to share that I've been rejecting guys thinking they have huge egos. Does that mean I am rejecting my own ego, or is it some other area I need to be looking at deeper? Because you said that it may not be the same trait, that we.
In this one it is. I'm so sure of it that you're simply not accepting your own ego. You're not accepting of your own vastness. Because as I say, ego, why do I say this? Well, I mean, money says this, I don't say it. But then I am money, so I say it. Did that confuse you? Oh, well. So, Megha, here's the thing, that when we understand ego as being something that hampers our spiritual progress, we really haven't understood ego at all. It is a story that happened to me in my own life. I was, very young in my spiritual journey. It was the first of the second year. I barely conducted a couple of workshops. And then somebody told me, one of the guides, she was a participant. So she came to me and she says, I've been working on myself so for so many years now, and I have totally, I have totally removed my ego. I have totally given up my ego. Otherwise, ego will stop my spiritual journey. And I was like, oh my God, I to carry so much ego. I haven't even looked at it. It's just going on with me. I feel so proud when I do good things. And I'm continuing to actually fuel my ego. And my journey is going to stop right there and then. And so in that night, I actually, I cried and I cried and I cried because I was like, oh my God, my spiritual journey stopped. So as that happened, I was so busy beating myself up. I was so busy judging myself. And then I made this intent and I told Shiva that, okay, when I wake up tomorrow morning, I don't want my ego. Please take my ego, take my entire ego away as I sleep. And that happened, and I went off to sleep. I was very upset with me. And so I went off to sleep. A few hours later, somebody else, who's on, who attended workshops and all of that, she called me. She says, I know you are sleeping, but I'm not being allowed to sleep. They're constantly waking me up and saying, go wake up, Meenal, go wake up, Meenal. So why am I being told to wake you up? I said, I don't know why you are being told to wake me up, but I do know that today, this is the last thing that happened. I cried because I have to surrender my ego. I have to break my ego. I have to destroy my ego because my ego is going to stop my spiritual journey. And she says, okay, I think you have work over there. You please take this intent back. And so the one beautiful thing that I didn't even know, I was still so unaware, but I didn't know that I have such a strong intent power. I have this energy of abundance, which really created all my intents at a very high frequency of abundance. So if I'm saying something, then, the whole universe is going to set itself in motion to create that reality for me. It's happened many times over the years. It's only now that I'm able to look back and recognize how powerful my intents were. And as a matter of fact, ever since I recognized how powerful my wishes are, that they're at the level of intent, I actually stopped wishing. And that's the other part. It's a big paradox that when you actually recognize how much power you have through your intents, by that time, all your wishes are out the window. You don't have wishes anymore. So that's part of the story. But at this point in time, I was told, okay, so I said, okay, what do I need to do? She says, no, break this intent. And I said, okay, all right, then, my ego can stay there. But the next morning when I got up, I actually took some guidance. And the answer came that it's not about destroying your ego, it's about expanding it. You feel so good today when you do something good, ego being your identity. It's your identity. If you say we have to destroy your ego, that would be your last breath. That would be your last breath, because in this life, there's an identity that you have. So why are you shying away? Why are you rejecting your own ego? So when the answer came, and I said, no, I will, my spiritual path. And they said, no, it expands. You do something. You do something, you feel proud. And then everybody around you, when you come into so much oneness, when they do something and you feel so happy and so, so glad, so proud, so wonderful that somebody else is having such an amazing experience, that oneness is the expansion of ego. And then from one person to the next, you are going to expand your ego to the entire universe, because you are the universe. And so to understand that, yes, when we are rejecting so many people on the basis of ego, that, even this person has ego, that person has a big ego, why are those people being brought to you? They're not being brought to you because you have to marry them. No, they're being brought to you because you have to see, have you worked on your own ego? Have you expanded it? Have you allowed it? Have you accepted it? That's where it is. If you are going to reject your own expansion, if you think that ego is something bad, that pride is something bad, you're sitting only on half side of the story. Because every time, we have to come to the whole part of us. We are proud as much as we are humble. On different days, in different experiences, we are different people. So when you sit down and even think, have I ever been humble? Yes, of course. There'll be 5 instances that will be dropping in your lap to show you, of course, you are humble too, and you are proud too. Accept both of your parts because you are Shiva. What are you not? You are the Amrit, you are the Vish as well. You are the poison, you are the Amrit. So be in that awareness that if there are all of these people that you are only rejecting for this, that you have large ego, then of course the work is on you to figure out that ego has nothing bad associated with it. It just is. So, Betke, today you have to work on that. Got that? Question answered? Mika? Okay. All
So,
right.
yes, Ma, thank you so much.
Okay. Work is on you because, I mean, we read many of those spiritual texts and we think that ego is something that is to be discarded. But anything that is to be discarded, and that brings me to another topic as well, even if you have a bad habit that you think it has to be discarded. Firstly, the habit being bad. Look at the word bad, it's a judgment. And look at the word habit, that too is a judgment, because the minute you say something is a habit, now it's difficult to break, it's this, it's that, whatever. You've got 100 judgments, 100 conditions going along with that word. So if something is a bad habit, in the morning webinar, the example I took was of somebody who speaks lies. So some people speak lies and it's their habit. And so even if you wish to quit that, then first step towards quitting that itself is to accept that, yes, you're a liar. Accept it to yourself without holding a judgment. That means to be able to accept that you lied, but without being really, really judgmental about it, without judging yourself about it, without even wishing to release it. In that moment, no wish to release, simply accept to yourself that you lied. Why? Because who is it that you're actually lying to? There is nobody outside. You're only lying to yourself. And how bad is that? Well, you're lying to yourself. You're living, multiple lives, only not being truthful to yourself. They will always be showing, those actors around you will always be pointing fingers at you and saying, you are a liar. But you're not really lying to anybody outside. You're simply lying to yourself. You are not loving yourself. That's the biggest lie that many of us live. We can't give love to ourselves. And that is a lie because we are love. We are love. We don't have to give. We don't have to receive. We are love. We are source. We are Shiv. We are the love. There is no reciprocity needed over here. You are love as much as that other person is, who is also part of the source. But you forget that. And that is the biggest lie that you speak to yourself. No matter what form you take, whether you are, you are not speaking the truth this time, whether you're doing a murder this time, whatever it is, through all of those experiences, you are still the creator. You are still part of the source. You are that drop from the source that holds the source within itself. So you are that. Okay, so then now we move forward. Okay, I want to, in this life, not be carrying this character. All right, fine. But firstly, the acceptance. Because even if we have a bad habit, how do we try to release it? By running away from it. We have to stop this. We can't be doing this. But before that, the first step, even in this, the first step is of acceptance that, yes, this is me. This is a part of me. When you accept that, the next minute, when the opportunity comes for you to get into that habit again, this time from acceptance, a choice will also arise. In this moment of choice, do you wish to go back to that, or do you wish to try something new? Do you wish to change your frequency? But that choice only arises on first accepting yourself as you are. Somebody was talking to me about this this whole lying process itself and said, how do I have so many liars in my life? Why do they keep repeating this pattern? And I said, no, for you, the job is not to put the finger outside. For you, every time they make this pattern of lying, and you catch them lying. They are lying, but what are you doing? You are sitting in mistrust. You are sitting in mistrust. So the question never is, what are they doing? What energy are they sitting in? No, no. As they sit in that energy, what am I feeling? I can't trust them. Well, there is no them. You can't trust yourself. And that's your energy that's beautifully vibrating at the same and is a perfect match with their energy. And so one of them is receiving the experience of being a liar, and the other one is experiencing the energies of mistrust. Both of them are matched in those frequencies. So that's how the entire universe of ours gets put together for us. So if there are so many people who are coming in your life and are being shown to you, and all of them have large egos, then of course the topic is this: where have you not looked at yourself? Where do you still hold your ego as something evil? Okay. All right. Now, Shivani, it's your turn to read out your comment. I can't see anything.
So Ma, when I see pictures of people posting vacation photographs, the
Yeah.
first emotion that I get is jealousy. I
Okay.
have worked on myself, and when I do the guidance and everything, I'm able to come in oneness with them and experience what they're experiencing. But even then, when I see the photograph, the first emotion is that of jealousy. So what else is left over there to release that it's coming back again and again?
No, if it's coming back again, it's okay. So here's the thing. So you tune into jealousy, but let's say you are aware that it's jealousy, right? So just because that emotion is coming and it's come for 2 minutes, it doesn't mean that, you're going back and sitting in jealousy. No, as a matter of fact, you're immediately able to hold that link and from there move yourself to oneness. And that's all there is. See, when you look at any frequency, whether it is jealousy or it's anger, no matter what frequency you look at, it's a frequency. It's all in the air. So it's in the air. We can tap into it at any point in time, sometimes in awareness, most of the times in unawareness. We go around our entire day. And only when we are like sitting in so much of, so much of awareness of the self, that we are going to be, okay, today I'm going to observe every step of mine. And only then can we become aware. But otherwise, our lives are a beautiful mix of aware and unaware. And so when you are in unawareness and you have picked up that frequency, that's okay. Because I don't say that you won't be picking up frequencies. No, no. We pick up frequencies all the time. But when you pick it up, are you able to spot it? Are you able to see what it is? The minute you're able to see that this is jealousy, that part is awareness. As soon as you come to awareness, you are able to come into oneness. That's the journey. You're doing fine. Everything is doing fine. This is the perfect thing. It's not like you are not going to experience. Sometimes you might not experience because that will be your first thing in oneness, but that's okay if it doesn't happen right off the back. If you are able to see your jealousy, let us say within the first minute, within the first 10 minutes, within the first hour, within the first 10 days, it doesn't matter. If you're able to see it, the minute you're able to see it, the work of awareness has become. So what is it that you need to do more? Probably just be more aware. And that's it. Nothing. Being aware is a minute to minute thing. Even if you are not aware for 5 days, you can't go too far. Now you're so much in my frequencies, the answers will come in. Maybe not in the first minute, maybe in the 5th minute. It doesn't matter. Time doesn't play in energies, in frequencies. You will figure out, oh, I'm coming from jealousy. Am I liking this experience? No. Okay, can I change this experience? Yes. That choice doesn't come to you if you are sitting in unawareness. That choice that, okay, can I change my frequency? That choice only comes when you are aware. Okay. Can you please explain how you expand your ego Oh, okay. So I just mentioned that in a sentence, but here it is. Observe. So right now, for example, Shivani was talking about being jealous, right? So she has taken a look at some pictures of friends and she feels jealousy in the first instance. And so she is looking at her own body that hasn't had that experience. So she is sitting in a limited ego because she is identifying herself only as that one body. And then what does she do? She immediately comes into oneness with the other person by saying, okay, they are me and I am them. So, what is it that you have to take from them? Not their vacation, but the happiness that they received from the vacation. Here also, let me qualify the happiness that you perceive that they received from the vacation. You are perceiving that by looking at the pictures. You are the one sitting in lack, and that's your lack frequency at play. You can release it. Similarly, what happens when you come into oneness? So, taking the same example forward, Asha. So, when we say, okay, can I take what is the experience they had? Can I be in their happiness too? Now you've expanded your ego. What is ego? Your identification with the self. But now you just expanded that you are not just this body. They had some fun and you are taking their happiness and joy as well. So now your ego is 1 + 1. So every time you feel that there is separation, the separation is from the mind, whereas no, I am separate from you. You have this and I don't have this. But when I come to ego and I say, okay, my ego, it's all about I have to do something good. But no, when you do something good, I simply take that joy from you. And I'm sitting in an expanded ego in that very minute. So, how to expand ego? Come into oneness with the other, and your ego is automatically expanding further and further to them. The work is only of the minute, it's of the moment. In that moment, you have come into oneness, the work is done. The next time something else happens, you have to come into oneness again. It's just a circle that keeps moving. But the work simply, it'll keep like, oh, okay, I'm feeling separation. I'm using frequencies of mind. Do I wish to continue with that? Or do I wish to come to the heart? It's a choice. Even if you wish to experience jealousy, what is it that will happen? Nothing. You will simply keep experiencing jealousy. More people will make you more jealous. That's okay. Once you're done experiencing all the jealousy, you're like, okay, I'm done with this. I would rather sit in love. Okay, then you can sit in love. It's only a small step away. Come into oneness, and then you are love. Yeah. Okay, Asha, all good? More question?
No, I'm yet not very sure about that ego thing.
Okay.
You have explained that the other person, you just accept the other person.
No,
Suppose some group.
you just take the joke. So, what is it about your ego that you look to expand to? Most of the people talk about ego when it comes to pride. Okay, they say, okay, I'm very proud, and that's my ego, and I'm not very comfortable feeling so proud. And I simply say, okay, you're feeling proud only about yourself. Now feel proud about 20 other people around you. Now you've
Okay.
suddenly expanded your ego, you've expanded your pride. Now you don't need to be sitting in the guilt of your ego. Ego creates guilt in many people. And so you release the guilt. You simply take the joy from everything around you. Normally in your ego, you'll feel very proud when your own son, your own daughter does something. Release that own son, own daughter, that little limit that you've set on yourself. This is my family. That's your limitation that you have put on yourself. What is the family meant to do? Oh, we are meant to give each other love. Nope, love doesn't happen like that. Love happens not from expectation, but from the opposite end of it. When you don't have expectations, that's where true love happens. So simply, as you expand your heart, your ego is already getting expanded.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Megha, you said something else.
I just wanted to thank you, Ma. Feel so much in your grace. Thank you so much.
So much fun. So much fun. Okay, wonderful. All right, people. I could read some pranam. Yes, thank you so much. Okay. All right, people. So now we can begin with our short little meditation. Unless somebody else has a question, please pop up right now. You wish to ask anything, you can write to me. You can even just talk to me. Give me a minute. I shall.
So, Ma, I have a question, please. You're on mute, Ma.
Okay, I'm on mute, but you're the one with the question.
Yeah. So, uh, so I realize I'm in complete awareness. I know that I've been mean to people. I've been rude to people around me. So should I take it as it is their energy which is calling for this reaction?
When you are mean to them, what is it that you are feeling?
I don't feel anything when I'm mean, but later on I feel guilt, which I release. I shouldn't have reacted this way, or I could have been a little softer.
Okay, so you release the guilt, you release your judgment, okay, and then simply whoever the one that you have been mean to or whatever, call them in the energies and give them a hug. They're 99% energy just like you.
Yes.
Yeah, so you are 99% energy, 1% body. They're 99% energy, 1% body. Let the 99% energies hug each other. The work is done in the energies itself, right? So just simply, if you've been mean to somebody, now you're feeling bad, you're feeling guilty, you're judging that, oh, I could have been, I should have been. It was a role that was played by your energy for them. But even then, sometimes we feel, a little bit stuck on the rules. We don't want these roles. And so, okay, so much noise who's making? Shivani, I think. Wait, let me just put everybody on mute, except for you. Yeah. Now you unmute yourself when you have to talk. But so here's the thing that, yeah, so even if you're feeling bad, so there was this one time when I was majorly, I could totally see that I'm hurting someone, could totally see. And yet, because I don't have filters. So whatever comes out of my mouth comes out of my mouth. But after it came out of my mouth, I was like, no, I don't want this role. This role is very bad. I don't want this role. Change this role for me. What do I need to do to change the role? And again, when I'm resisting a role, it is still rejection of a role, right? So I'm not I'm not accepting the role. I'm still rejecting, a piece of some part that I have to play that has come to me for a much larger purpose, right? So then I was explained that this is simply a role. So whatever you are feeling, after you've said everything, if you're feeling bad, release your guilt and then hug them in the energies. That's where all the work happens. So you don't have to go apologize, you don't have to find them, you don't have to do anything else, but in the energies you can simply hug them, and you can give them a lot of love in the energies. No expectations of outcomes, but simply releasing the energy that was created at that point. We transform it to love. In that moment, energy of hurt was created from your end. Okay, they must have needed it. But now that you're feeling the guilt, release that and simply transform everything to love. And the love is so easy. You just give them a hug. And in the energies, the hug is just so simple and so beautiful. Okay. All right, everybody, ready for hugs in the energies? Okay, so one deep breath in and we move. A deep, deep breath in and relax and release. And moving into a place of complete acceptance I wish you to look at the body of a newborn. It could be somebody you know, somebody that you've held, or it could be you, this newborn. This newborn who has no awareness of what it is to wear clothes, to not wear clothes. This newborn that doesn't judge by the appearance. This newborn that is so happy just being. I wish for you to bring your awareness to the body of a beautiful newborn. Maybe as a parent, you've seen this newborn as your child. Maybe right now, in the vision, you are able to see yourself as the newborn. Whatever it is, I want you to imagine a newborn. And look at them. Their energy is so pure. Their connection to the source right now, keeping them completely unaware of the universe around them. It's all about them. The universe is all about them. And they are happy. They are happy. And in this moment now, I simply wish that you take all the energy of this newborn. So make the intent. I take the energy of this newborn. The energy of fun, the energy of masti, the energy of no judgment, simply being, the energy of simply being, the energy of being in bliss, Anand. Taking the energy from the newborn, they are simply looking at you and giggling and smiling and laughing, curious, amazed, so much wonderment that newborn has. And now you've taken all of that energy, and now you are sitting in so much fun, so much masti. Amazement at everything. All the power within as you see this newborn. When you were this tiny, when you are this tiny, as you take the energy from this beautiful little soul, imagine yourself being this tiny, this small, without any worry, without any fear. You are this newborn now. And when you take this energy, be in this energy, feel this energy of complete lack of judgment, zero responsibility, no worries, no fears, no fear of tomorrow, simply being in the moment. Knowing that when you are hungry, somebody will come. When you need something, somebody will give it to you. In that knowing, you sit in complete abundance. And this beautiful knowing, this laughter, this giggling shows up on your face right now. A beautiful smile on your face as you have this vision of you as a small, tiny child. And now, I want you to look ahead in your future. As you see yourself, look, there is so much laughter on your face. There is so much joy, so much love, so much masti. Why wouldn't there be? You are taking energy from Meenal. So everything would be ease, grace, love, flow. That's your future. You are taking energy from this beautiful frequency of abundance. And you are this abundance now. So look at your future, how beautiful it looks. Without any worries, without any fears, simply flowing. Whatever happens, simply being able to be an observer. And as you flow through this, observe your face of the future. It's lit up, it's light, it's sparkling. It's filled with joy, it's filled with Meenal energy. That is your future. It's so beautiful. So enjoy this peek into the future. This is you. And as you look at the future, a beautiful smile on your face right now. It is such a pretty future. It is so beautiful. And now, coming to this moment of now, when you are this child, when you have just looked into the future, when you in this moment are Meenal. The energies of joy and abundance you are. No worries, no fears, only abundance. The beautiful joy of being so worry-free. Nothing to look forward to, nothing to look back at. All is good. All is in perfection. All is so wonderful. Feeling the soothing presence of the energies of abundance, you allow yourself to sit in these energies for a little more time. Let this abundance expand from one moment to the next. And with that, all your ego is expanding every moment. Sit in these energies. There is nothing to reject. You are all about love. Sit in this love that you feel for yourself. No other thoughts but one. I love myself. I am complete. I am abundant. I am beautiful. With this knowing, simply accepting all parts of you and giving love to any part that might have felt the rejection, but letting it be loved and then releasing that rejection into the energy space. In this moment, you simply sit in love as love. Om Mani. Feeling so refreshed, so beautiful, so calm, so loved you are. Okay, everyone, lots and lots of love. Enjoy. Bye.